Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Okay, we're just getting started here. Okay. Pratik, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's pretty cold here in Boston today. It's snowing a lot. Um,
Okay,
but it's very beautiful to watch.
that's pretty nice.
Yeah. Pratik, where are you in the world?
I'm from India.
Very nice. And how is the weather in India right now?
Here it's like, yeah, here it's also like cold
Mm-hmm.
and like fog,
Mm-hmm.
on the street.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's winter time, even though it's maybe not so cold, it's winter time.
yeah,
This past week in the United States, it was very cold. Uh, and I'm not sure if you saw, but in Los Angeles, in LA, there were a lot of fires.
yeah. I have heard in news, like it was like, yeah, fire in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. It's California has a lot of fires, especially because they have some beautiful forests with a lot of trees. And if it's too dry, a small fire can become a big fire in a very fast time.
Yeah, forest fires. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it's sad, but luckily in the United States, at least, we do have a lot of resources. We have a lot of help. Even Canada has helped because we it became so large. So much of the
yeah.
fire was not contained, they said.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, even through like I saw like helicopters,
Yes, we have helicopters and we have planes, airplanes that release water or even like special chemicals to try to put the fire out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw one image that somebody, like a passenger in an airplane, took out of their
Uh-huh.
window. Oh my
Uh-huh.
God, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm. But we can just hope that it stops soon and that the people that have been able to evacuate are safe. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the kind of almost the positive side of a something like this is that they know how to prepare better for a future
Uh-huh.
event. Yeah. Yeah.
Es Especially in the time of summers, I think the forest fire usually happen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Due to
Yes.
extreme heat.
I'm sorry?
Due to extreme heat, I said.
Yes, due to extreme
Yeah.
heat. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And it can get so hot in California and very dry. Very dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Abdul Rahman.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm pretty good. What about you?
I'm good. My name is Ellen. I am one of our teachers at Approach, and this is our first Saturday conversation class. Right now, we're testing Saturday. We've always done Monday through Friday, and this is our first week trying a Saturday. So we wanted to see how it goes with everybody. So I'm so happy to be here with you. Where are you from?
Let me introduce myself.
Yeah,
My name is Abdul Rahman. I know it's very long name, but you can call me
I
Abdul.
actually,
That's enough.
it's not the first time I've seen it. I've seen this name before.
Good, good. So you are familiar with the name.
Yes.
Okay, nice. And I am from Saudi Arabia.
Very nice. I have had many students in my past from Saudi Arabia, from Kuwait, from Qatar, from Yemen, even. I've had a lot of students from the Middle East.
Yeah.
And how is are you living in Saudi Arabia right now? How is the weather?
Well, currently, no. Currently, I'm in the United States,
Oh, where in the United States are you?
Michigan State.
Michigan State. So it snows a lot there too.
Yes, yesterday it was snowing almost the entire day.
Wow.
Yeah, and now the roads, I mean, outside everything is white, so
Yes.
it's a bit difficult to drive your car during this current weather condition.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I was saying to Pratik that here in Boston, it's snowing this morning, kind of a lot. And it's nice. Sometimes the roads are a little dangerous, but if you're in Michigan, you understand what it's like in Boston too. They're very similar with the snow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And so the time in Michigan is it the same time as Boston, 10 o'clock, or is it 9 o'clock?
Now, yes,
10
10,
o'clock.
yes, yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
I
So
think
we're at the same time.
we share the same time,
Amazing.
and I think the difference only between the uh, west part of the United States. I mean,
Yes,
California, Seattle,
exactly.
places. Okay, the difference is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 3 hours.
Yes, it is. It is. You're correct. Yes, I lived in Illinois, in southern Illinois for some time, and they were 1 hour behind Boston. But it wasn't a big difference.
Yeah, yeah, the difference, yes, 1 hour, yes.
How long have you been in the United States?
Well, 1 year and a half.
Very nice. Are you here alone or are you with your family?
Family.
Oh, good, good, amazing. It's so difficult to be in the United States alone. That's really hard. So it's good that your family is here with you. That's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Totally agree with you. Yes.
Yeah.
Without family, it's gonna be difficult.
Yes, exactly. Welcome, Ibrahim. How are you? That's okay. No worries. Some people, they just want to listen. I understand completely. It also depends on our connection. So, my friends, today, like I said, this is the first Saturday conversation class. And what we're going to do with the conversation classes that we offer each day, we're going to label them by level. So we will have 2 beginner classes, 2 intermediate classes, and 2 advanced level classes. I am running the advanced level currently on Wednesdays and then a few Saturdays. Maybe not every Saturday yet, but we will see. We would love to offer it every Saturday in the future. We have some beginner classes. So if you feel, oh, I'm not advanced, that's okay. You don't have to leave. If you want to, you can, but you do not need to. But we do offer other classes as well at a lower level if needed. So you're welcome to join any of them. The topic today that I wanted to discuss is 2 topics together. I wanted to discuss the impact of social media and also how we talk about advantages and disadvantages in English. So we can combine this skill of discussing your opinions and using phrases I said here as in my opinion or on the other hand, while discussing the topic of the impact of social media. So first, I just have some questions for you guys. What social media platforms do you use? Can you give me, we can list all, but what platforms, what social media do you like to use?
YouTube?
Um, like Instagram and
Mhm.
Twitter.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna write these here for us. Instagram, Twitter,
And
which is also, I think now we call it X, but I still call it Twitter.
yeah, same. And
Anything else that you guys use?
Facebook?
Facebook, of course.
Snapchat as well.
Snapchat,
TikTok.
definitely. TikTok, yes, I'm on TikTok too much.
Yeah. And YouTube as well.
YouTube is definitely social media. Anything else that I can think of? I think there's also, similar to Twitter, there's Facebook has threads. I think that's,
Yeah,
I
Facebook.
see that a lot. I
Yeah.
don't use it very much, but I
Te-
see it.
And
Telegram.
Yeah.
What about
Messenger?
Telegram?
Telegram, yes, yes.
Messenger?
Messenger. Would you consider WhatsApp a social media? No, I would say that's a,
Yeah, no,
maybe.
no, it's like, yeah, for private messages.
It's private messages, but it's still kind of owned by a social media company at the same
Yeah,
time.
that's right.
Yeah.
Meta, Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now, are there any social media that you refuse to use that you're like, I hate Facebook. I don't want to use Facebook? Are there any social media platforms that you say, no, I don't want to use that?
As you rightly said, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, I think we used to use it back in 10 years ago, let me say, okay, or maybe 15 years ago. But
Mm-hmm.
currently, I think they are behind comparatively with Twitter or X platform, Snapchat, TikTok. And I think the number of users were reduced dramatically. Now I don't know anyone still using Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to offend. I mean, maybe
No,
some of
no.
you are still
No.
using the Facebook, but for me, I think it's dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, nobody's offended here. No worries. I I agree. In the United States, the population of Facebook is mostly old people, older people. Um, Not a lot of young people are using Facebook. I have a Facebook, but I don't really post on it. I just check sometimes to see my family's updates. My family that doesn't have Instagram, for example, which is usually my older family.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly speaking, I think X
Mhm.
platform
Yeah.
stole the show from all other
Mm-hmm.
platforms, especially after okay divestment, and now currently it's owned purely by Elon Musk. And I think there
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of improvement in the platform itself. So I think it is the dominant one. That's
Mm-hmm.
from my opinion. I might be wrong.
That's okay. I used to use Twitter personally a lot, and then when it became X, I didn't use it as much. Maybe it was because of Elon Musk. I don't know. I don't think that, I mean, my personal opinion of him is not something crazy, but I felt like it changed after. I don't know.
Mhm.
Anybody else? Is there any social media that you say, I don't really use, I don't want to use, I don't care to use it? Pratik, Habiba.
I think so. Instagram? I didn't like it to
Mm-hmm.
use.
How come?
I uh I used mostly YouTube
Yes.
and TikTok
Mm-hmm.
and also WhatsApp.
Yes.
Other thing I am not interested.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I understand. I think it really depends on what your interests, your personal interests are. If you're interested in watching cooking videos, if you're interested in learning about space, if you're interested in discussing politics, they have different platforms that we can use.
Yeah,
Let me see. Habiba, I'm sorry I didn't get to introduce myself. My name is Ellen. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Can I ask where are you from?
I'm from Pakistan.
Pakistan. Very nice, very nice. Amazing. So I wanted to ask you all, what are some ways social media has changed our lives? Because there's a lot. It can be negative or positive. It does not have to be one.
Um, yeah, it has changed our lives a lot in past few days and past few decades as
Mm-hmm.
well. It also had negative as well as positive impact on our lives. Seeing the changes like these days, basically, um, please don't get offended at me, but in these days we see like small kids and toddlers using phones, they are like spending hours on scrolling
Mm-hmm.
on like little kids, they are spending hours on scrolling on social medias, on watching videos, which might affect on their health as well.
Mm-hmm.
And even though for like teenagers, for like youngsters, for like the old people, social media is also a good way for getting information, or like these days, for getting news, or for
Mm-hmm.
enhancing the way of living is good for like the elders. But for young, for like small kids, it's not that much good.
I hear you. I understand.
Mhm.
Anybody else who would like to share?
To add what has been mentioned, we agree it has advantages and disadvantages, and it depends in the way how do you use it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the main disadvantages using the social media platforms is the time. It's time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
You sometimes even you don't notice and you don't sense and you don't feel how much time do you spend using these platforms. It's gonna impact your life. I mean, you will waste a lot of time if you are attached to these platforms. And I notice this myself. I see sometimes I spend hours in X platform, Snapchat, TikTok, which I can really use it in something that will benefit me. Uh, this is one thing. The other thing, in the flip side, if we look at the advantages, keep you posted, keep you updated. So nowadays you don't need to go and watch the CNC or okay, I mean the news channels, and you can get the news in no time at all. Just you use your X platform and you see what's going on in the world in no time at all. So
Mm-hmm.
it has, I mean, both advantages, disadvantages, but it depends in how do you use it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I understand. How much time do you guys spend, do you feel, or if you have the screen time, if you have an iPhone or another phone that measures your screen time, how much time do you spend scrolling on social media?
Well, I used to, okay, in iPhone we receive the weekly report in the platforms and how do you use your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So at first I used to, okay, look at how did I spend my time, but I was frustrated, disappointed by how much time did I waste. So I started, okay, I made a decision not to look at that weekly report because it's like I waste a lot of time.
Hmm.
But honestly speaking, we spend a lot of time. And recently, I heard about something. It's like medical term or new medical terminology. They call it brain rot. Brain rot.
Brain rot. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's terminology. I think researchers from Oxford University they came up with this terminology. And what does
Hmm.
this mean? It means okay, it doesn't mean okay there is a physical okay problem in your mind,
Exactly.
but you do notice you cannot even
Hmm.
focus, you cannot even if you are asked to read something you cannot read it entirely. I mean your brain is programmed to just keep scrolling
Hmm.
in the same way we do in these platforms like X, TikTok. And this is okay over the time will have negative impact in your life, in your performance, in your relationships, and you name it.
Yes. I agree. The word brain rot is definitely something that's new, and it's not a new idea per se. It's a new word. But this has been happening since we were children with technology, and now we are finally noticing more and talking about it and giving a name to it. Brain rot, content that we say rots your brain. It's something that's maybe not good for you, not it's you almost feel like you're losing brain cells, like you're becoming more stupid, even though of course that's not true. That you find your attention span, that paying your time that you can pay attention is lower and lower. When we have videos that are 10 seconds, 6 seconds, we cannot spend as much time focusing, and that can be difficult as well. So there are a lot of ways that social media has changed our lives. We can talk about the positives and the negatives. That is something I have here in my next slide. Give me one moment. Here. So something that I would love for you guys to do is I'm going to put you in two small groups. I would say I can put you in one group together. It doesn't matter. Um, this works well. We can make a list of 3 to 5, maybe 3 minimum, 5 maximum. If you have more, that's okay. I want you to make a list together of 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages of social media. We talked about a little bit here, but I want specific details. We can start with an example. For example, an advantage of social media could be talk to my family in another country, for example. For many of the students here in the United States, even you, Abdul Rahman, living in the United States, having family in Saudi Arabia, you can still connect and see your family through social media and technology in general, but focusing on social media here. So I'm going to put you guys in a breakout room just for a few minutes. I'll join in a little bit and then we can discuss together. All right? Questions? Okay. We'll do 2 rooms. And I will give you guys, we can do 6 minutes for now. Let's try 6 minutes. 3 and 3. Pratik, did you have the invitation to join the breakout room? Hello. Okay. All right. So here, let's go to the slideshow again. So we can see. All right. First, let's share the advantages. What advantages did you discuss?
We were talking about the similar advantages we talked about it before, which is the keep us connected, the proper communication. It's like a source of education, looking for material. If you know how to use these platforms properly,
Yes.
it's like networking.
Mm-hmm.
You can network with other people. Uh, it can be used as a marketing platform for firms. They can use it to advertise their products, and it is easy for me as a client to find the product that I look for it and to find some tempting offers in the social media for
Mm-hmm.
prices. Uh, we can say it's also like a community building for the social media. Uh, you can get the news in no time at all. I mean, the list goes in. I mean, this is the tip of my mind for what
Mm-hmm.
we have discussed in the. I
Of
mean,
course.
my colleagues can complement the list.
Of course. No problem. Pratik, is there anything you would like to add for advantages? Khan, you're welcome to speak as well, anytime.
Yes, hi everyone.
Hi.
I am new.
Nice to
Yes,
meet
this
you.
meeting. Okay, thank you. Welcome.
And
So I am
sorry, go ahead.
okay. Uh, I am. I want to add something in advantage, uh, like because when we connected internet and social media, we can know about cultures,
Mm,
world cultures. Before
yeah,
that, we can't able for this thing. Nowadays, we can know about any culture, any country,
mhm.
any system. It is big thing.
Exactly. Exactly. We can learn so much about the world, so much about the world through social media.
Yes.
Amazing. And is there anything that we have for disadvantages?
One advantage is I would like to add,
Yeah,
and
anytime.
I'm yeah I'm extremely sorry. Sorry, actually, the previous time you asked me, actually, my due to my bad network, I got disconnected.
No, that's okay. No problem.
Yeah, so in advantages, I would like to add one more thing is like social media influencing. In these days, nowadays, there are many like people who are in social media influencers who are social media and influencer. It is a way of living. It is a good way of earning money
Yeah.
online. It is a good way for like people um and they are getting getting new opportunities to show themselves on social media and becoming popular and earning a good wealth and good money.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. You can have a career through social media now. Something that
Yeah.
our family, our parents, they did not have this option. Now, everybody in the world has the option to become famous online somehow. Whether it is an influencer, which is now considered a career, or if you're simply doing remote work online, if you work in marketing, like was mentioned.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hi, Daniela. How are you? All right. Are we prepared to share the disadvantages?
Yes, of course.
Whenever you are ready. What would you say is the first disadvantage of social
I
media?
want,
Mhm.
yes, there is a big disadvantage in social media. Uh, we can say when we enter and many people when use social media or network, he don't find his focus.
Mhm.
It means he entered and use more than more, and after that he returned without anything. There is no focus,
Mhm.
I can say.
Mhm.
So it is a very, very difficult point and big issue in social media, uh,
Yes.
especially children's. They use without any profit and without any focus
Yes. More
while
and
we
more
enter
we
into
see
the.
children using so much social media.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and may I add
Yes,
some?
of course.
Yeah. So, like, in disadvantages, as mentioned by Mohammed Khan, that
Mhm.
first things first is um, the um, the more screen time of children, which is harmful for them. And
Mhm.
second thing is and second disadvantage for using social media is like people who use more social media sometimes get addicted in a lot, and there is like a it also becomes a wastage of time for them. And is it as mentioned earlier, it also affects on their health, on their mental health sometimes. And especially people having a lot screen times, uh, usually it affects their eyes as well, their eyesight problems. And
Yes.
uh, and one more thing is one more disadvantage of using social media is like sometimes hearing of biased newspapers, or like biased news, or like sometimes it also shares us some fake news which take our mind in the wrong direction. Sometimes it um uh, you may understanding my words. I'm not like able to express it like clearly, but
That's okay. I
yeah,
understand
but
everything. Mhm.
yes, and it sometimes act to divert the mind of uh, teenagers and
Yes.
youngsters in
Yes.
a negative way. Yeah.
I agree. I think it's very easy to make a list of disadvantages of social media because we see this often. Uh,
Yeah.
we see a lot of negative sides. We see children on social media very young. Maybe they're viewing things that are not appropriate, or they're doing something not appropriate and they don't even realize. It's a big
Yeah.
waste of time. Go ahead, Pratik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, and we also know like sometimes these days I have heard the news of once like Zuckerberg was questioned by some reporters and by the court as well, that many of its like social media platform like Facebook and Instagram is used in a wrong direction by these days by people. They are like abusing small childrens, which they don't know what's happening
Mm-hmm.
with them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're below 18. They are heading with the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
So that's affecting, and that's just because of that, peoples are abused, small childs are abused in social media platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mohammed, you can go ahead.
Yeah. I want to say something.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Uh, Social media and internet platforms like a market,
Mm.
thoughts market. We can say thoughts market. Everyone buy his thought. So there is many bad thoughts also by
Yeah.
YouTuber, by other people. So when we enter our especially children's, they're not now this thing is bad or good for them.
Mhm. Exactly.
So they many times they use bad thing. So we should enter and when we give devices we should uh, we should like we can approach the childrens and say
Mhm.
it is this thing bad our there is we should explain them uh, how we can use and how we can use benefitly.
Yes. Yes. That's a great point. When you have children, it's a very important to have that conversation with them about how to use social media. What is appropriate? What is not appropriate? If you decide as a parent to put certain parental controls or parental blocks, sometimes that is something that you can do. For example, YouTube Kids is supposed to be a lot more child friendly than regular YouTube, which could have many different things.
Yeah, parents can monitor their child's activity.
Yes, I agree. I
There
remember
is
when I
a
was younger. Go ahead.
uh, there is a many applications
Mhm.
and platforms they provide very big and important things like uh, MobiCap. There is a application MobiCap, and they can we can control and we can see everything what is going by children's and we can control screen time, bedtime, and many other things.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah,
We
yes,
have a lot
I have.
more. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Uh, I have used this application for
Yeah.
our family children's.
Yes.
So it is very good experience.
Yes.
There is
Exactly.
a by Microsoft also
Mhm.
uh, Family Link and other also its name MobiCap and just 1 minute
Mhm.
parental controls. It's by Google,
Interesting.
designed by
Interesting.
Google. So it is very nice.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Definitely. All the big companies that produce this technology will have their own screen time control and parental controls built in. Very interesting. Um, I have a stepdaughter who is 12 years old, and this is the big time to discuss social media, to not talk to strangers and to have access to accounts. I remember speaking to some of the teachers here at Approach who have children, and one of the teachers said, I have her password. I can enter anytime. And so that is another thing, but it's all depending on your family and how you decide for your children what is best. Definitely.
Yes.
Is there anything else related that you guys would like to mention?
Yes,
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
okay. The list for the disadvantages, I think we all in full agreement. We can drill it down to endless list.
Yes.
If we don't put the right attention to make sure we use it appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
To add to the list, I think something we have to mention it here is the privacy concern.
Mm-hmm.
Using these platforms, definitely you are going to share your personal information, your
Yes.
name, your email, your phone number, maybe your location,
Mm-hmm.
which might be used. I'm not going to say someone's going to use it against you, but it could be used in a way or
Yeah.
another. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to be very careful when you use these platforms. In
Yeah.
addition to that, we can say the spread of the wrong information and misinformation that will misguide or mislead you uh, because you see, sometimes Roma, sometimes you see hearsay that's spread in in the social media like wildfire.
Yeah.
It goes very, 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 very fast.
Yes.
Especially the bad news, as they say. Okay, bad news spread very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in addition to that, maybe we can say, and it's very important, the negative influence.
Mm-hmm.
This is not only for kids. For kids, it's the parents' duty to make sure that they use these platforms correctly, and they have to monitor them. They have to have control.
Mm-hmm.
But in some cases, you see this negative or bad influence for the adults.
Mm-hmm.
Not every one is very well educated, and not
Yes.
everyone knows what's wrong and what's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes, yes, they go with the flow, regardless it's true or not. They just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And you see, okay, we could spend the entire day talking about many examples
Yeah.
about people who were tremendously changed from
Mm-hmm.
X person to Y person due to the excessive use of the social media.
Yes.
One more thing is the reduction in face-to-face interaction. Keep
Mm.
using this social media over the time. It will reduce the face-to-face meeting and not only this, and I noticed this, and this happens to me as well and my friends. Sometimes when we get together, everybody's attached to his phone. So we might better not to
Yeah.
meet each other. We might better keep communicating with each other remotely using this social media instead of wasting our time and traveling to meet in somewhere coffee shop or a restaurant, or we are wasting our time and we don't invest in this time.
Yes.
Uh, the disadvantages, I think the list is huge. But
Yeah.
again, this does not mean the social media does not have good advantages. But okay, disadvantages. One more thing is the some firms, they take the advantage and exploit these platforms to use it for marketing and
Mm-hmm.
this is okay, sword with two edges, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Sometimes they market something that's not good, and sometimes they sell out through the social media illegal items that they cannot sell it in the shops. So
Mm-hmm.
unless you have, you put the right attention while using these platforms, it might take you, okay, take you to nowhere, let me say.
Yes. You have some great points there. I could talk about all of them. I agree. Um, Something that I just wanted to quickly mention, when you said the privacy concern, I thought about TikTok. In the United States, they constantly discuss banning TikTok In the United States, we don't have really banned apps. Like, for example, I think in China, there's no Facebook. In the United States, no apps have been banned, but they talk about TikTok, and that's where many people have their careers. But the concern about TikTok is that it's a privacy concern. It's a United States and China battle of China's taking our information, our data. But other people say, this is my career on this app. This is how I have built my career. And so the privacy concern is a huge part of that. It's very interesting. Pratik, you wanted to share something.
Yeah, I definitely agree at your point. Am I audible?
You are, your connection is a little slow, but it's okay.
Um, hear me?
I can hear you. It just is breaking up a little bit. That's okay. It's not your fault.
About point of mentioned as uh, the privacy of a specific dog, and they are banned. It's been a years of know, the but way of it will get at some but is important
Mhm.
phase or to
I'm sorry, I missed the end of that. Um, let's see. I don't know. I think his connection is difficult. I wanted to ask you guys a separate question about this advantage that I thought of. I wanted to ask you about language learning through social media. Have you practiced learning English or other languages through social media before?
Yes, you can use the platforms like TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, you can use it, I mean, to learn English. You find
Yes.
a lot of accounts that they offer free of charge, some lessons for pronunciation, giving idioms, giving like slang language and how to use it properly. I mean, again, it depends on how to use the platform. I mean, you can use
Yeah.
it for the learning. Definitely,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, it's very useful, very helpful.
Yes, I agree. Mohammed?
Yeah, I have also used and I have tried many times for learning English basically, but I was failed because there was not concentrate anything. We can't focus.
Mhm.
One day this channel, other day another channel, and other website, and many problem face. One them,
Yeah.
no, there was front of me. No, there was
Mm-hmm.
everything was recorded. Our technically set and our question answer fill
Mm-hmm.
in anything, but
Mm-hmm.
not there was front me any person. We
Yes,
can talk and we can ask everything
exactly.
computerized
I know what
automatically.
you mean. I know exactly what you mean. You can learn, but you don't have a lot of practice for speaking, or there's not a real, you can't ask the person on the other side because it's not a live video. I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. I have used Instagram a lot to try to learn Portuguese. At Approach, we have many students from Brazil, and it's very helpful to try to learn Portuguese living here in the United States. And I use a lot of Instagram accounts to learn things like phrases, slang, some pronunciation. I luckily have many native Portuguese speakers around me, but I use it, and I also follow Americans who can speak Portuguese fluently. And so that is very helpful because they can give instructions in English as well, and then I can learn more Portuguese through that. Social media is a great way to learn language, but it can be difficult if you want to have a face-to-face conversation like we're having today. Very nice, very nice. We're almost out of time, so I just wanted to see if, does anybody have any last thoughts they would like to share?
Just in the context of privacy concern, I mean, this is the privacy concern is not only in social media. If you look at this, is one of the main drawback in the digital transformation, in the industrial, fourth industrial revolution, IR. It is one of the main issues in the not only in the social media, but in the digital transformation, in the smart manufacturing systems, in all these, they have the same concern, which is the privacy for their information. People, they don't want to share their information because this is my know-how, my
Yes.
patent, so they don't want to share it with everybody. So this is a common concern. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the common
Definitely.
denominator, yes, for all these platforms. And
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Pratik.
Yeah, what last thing I would like to share, um, we are, we we are, we want to give a heartfelt thank to those that have made conversation accessible at this moment. Like it's so nice of you're teaching us at this moment, and conversation in English. We really appreciate it, and thanks a lot for.
You're welcome. You're welcome so much. Thank you guys for joining. So thank you so much. We're out of time for today, and we'd have a break on Sunday, but we'll be back on Monday. Monday, we will have an intermediate class with Marcelo from 3 to 4 p.m. But thank you all for joining. I really had a great conversation, and I hope to see you again.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a good